So, so we're in new times, right? We're in a different time, right? We're in a different location and we're doing things, more broad than what we used to. All right, like basically, I'm about to be talking to y'all about what a real way you can actually see what this whole talk about, oh, we're in new times, we're in new, dimension, you feel me? Like y'all heard about that 5D thing, you know what I'm saying? So first, let's just start by saying that let's just actually, look at real life, okay? So real life you can see that your ability to sit there and be in your mind all day or just daydream, right? So you actually are, having certain things on your mind that you're going to, that you might stop thinking about, that you might think about again. So you have the ability to think, right? You have the ability to sit there and come up with in your mind what something should be named, or come up with in your mind what would happen if you actually try to do something to fix it. We all have a mind to be like, okay, we can actually point at this would happen type of thing, right? So that's what we were, dealing with for the past however long. But let's not think about the number of how long it's been. Let's just think about now. And so that was the development into the new world, not so much the constructed world of society and business, not that world, but the world of how we just are, as far as what we all have in common, which is the ability to be able to sit there in your own mind and just think. You got to give yourself more credit than what you think. So when you sit there and think in your mind, after you think about something, you have to feel some type of comfort, right? You have to feel the mood to do it. You have to be in the mood, the vibe, you know what I mean? The feeling of it. So all of these words are tying to not what comes after when you think. Like when you think about something, you can just either think about it, let it go, so you didn't vibe with it, or you think about it and then you vibe on it so you can actually start accumulating, or so you can actually vibe enough to actually go do whatever was on your mind, or feel comfortable with, thinking that certain thing, naming that certain thing like that, So right now, 5D or whatever we're going through right now is simply us being able to, this shift in conscious or whatever has happened since about 10 years ago, probably. That's when we kind of really been feeling it. So probably more than that a little bit, but pretty much we've all developed, it's all about this. We all developed a sense to not only have light spectrum of thoughts, being able to think, but you can't see your thoughts, right? So we went beyond this realm, this world we in, which is thinking, that's not here, but is somewhere. And then after that, after thinking, we went into the ability to interpret what our feelings and or emotions are. So we can actually think about how we might be feeling, or we're actually able to feel, some type of emotion, some type of subconscious thing to in turn make us think. So basically we're more noticeable about the emotional state that we're in, whether you know it or not. You can feel somebody's vibe, but you can also feel your own vibe if you're smart enough to know sometimes it ain't that other person. Sometimes it's just the way you're vibing, the way you feel, the way your mood is. Sometimes, we forget, we say words, look, you're not in the mood for it. But that just means you're saying your feelings that you're interpreting, so you have the ability to interpret your feelings. You don't feel like going towards that thought. It used to be, though, you just think and you don't really care about your emotional state. So this is kind of how the world was built. We're able to interpret what's going on and don't even connect to it. Just pretty much do what you do, know the conclusion to it, and that's it. You know, however you were feeling was just how you were feeling. We ain't really put too much thought to it back, you know, how the world was developed. But now we're starting to see, dang, this isn't supporting our emotional stance, you know? So basically, new time, new shift is basically us being able to interpret the emotions, deal with our emotions, and you can't run away from it type thing. Like it's there type of thing. And if you let your emotions just let you swipe you up and you never use your ability to think, to actually interpret and actually, you know, section your emotions and your feelings, then you're just gonna constantly be swept over by the mood switch of others around you, and or your ability to just take in what's going on in the whole environmental world itself. So basically, deal with your emotions. Now, this is why we got all this stuff on the internet and stuff, but it's just simply deal with your emotions. Root to why your ass is feeling the way you are. And the way you can do that is going a step further than what you feel and what your body subconsciously be like, you know, making you feel a certain way, jittery or nervous, whatever, and go beyond that and go to, okay, I know I'm feeling like this, but after that you go to what you're actually as a whole kind of trying to work towards or trying to mimic or trying to pay attention to. When you get to that point, then you're like, well, damn. From that point, you either revamp what you feel about what you're paying attention to, which is gonna thus revamp your thoughts, but at the end of the day, you still paying attention to the same thing. Or you can go a step further than that and go into you can just go into how you actually see it all as a whole. How you can sit there and be on a stream of some type of idea and just kind of bring it down in order for you to either see how you would actually participate in that, even after you've seen yourself, like kind of not with it, you just seen it from an outside looking in, or you can choose to just actually don't pay attention to it. So after the 7, you actually get that separation and actually look at it for what it is. You can choose to pay attention to that still, or you choose to separate it and choose to go back to the 6 to pay attention to something else, you know. But it's all just layers, a whole bunch of layers, you know, a whole bunch of layers, you know. But just had to explain what the new age, new time, new place, new space, whatever you want to call it, new shift, you know, what it actually means. Simple terms. Y'all have a good Monday.